Welcome back, guys. We are back today with another iRacing video here. We are back in the Mazda series, or the Mazda RX-5 series, I believe it is. Jumping right into a qualifying lap here. This is our first lap of qualifying. Like I said in the previous video, we get 2 of those, or whatever comes first, whether you hit your time limit or you do your 2 laps, either one. Whichever one comes first, as I said. First lap here, didn't do too bad. I think this first lap put us up into 6th place, or P6. Fairly quick little flying lap. This is a fairly short circuit, so it's not going to be super long laps. Like the lap times average about 47 seconds, I believe, or 48 seconds. Going into the second flying lap here, this is the one that really moved me up the board. Really tried to take it as smooth as possible. I've been practicing on this track a lot and racing on it, so trying to do as much as I can to learn the braking zones, to learn a little bit of the track exploits, and see how far I can push the car to its limits going through this this circuit here. This is Oran Park. This one I had a little bit of trouble with starting off when I first started racing. It was really hard just to get used to the braking points, was my biggest part. But this lap here, second lap, put us up into P4, so 4th place. Very happy with how that was. Felt really good about the lap. And yeah, overall, it turned out to be a great race overall. We're going to move into the race start here. Really good start. Managed to keep the 4th position here. I tried to go for an outside move on him, but I just didn't have the speed. He had a better start than I did, so did what I could here and just tried to stay behind him as much as possible. Didn't want to risk anything going into turn 1. I think everyone kind of had the same idea, unless there was something that happened towards the back of the grid that I didn't see. If someone ran into each other, I didn't see it, but I don't think so. The race started off pretty... Oh, never mind, I saw him back there. He ran off the track himself, I think. But moving through to the latter part of the first lap, he got a little excited. I think he tapped the brake a little bit too early and set himself off the course. That's not the first time I've seen that, or nor you guys. Coming into lap 2 here, I get a little bit of a better run at this guy. I decided to make a move, or try to go for a move up the inside, but I actually didn't get to the inside. I stayed on the outside, hit the brakes way too late, and ended up going off the track myself. I had intended to try to make a move to the inside, but my brain and my hands did not work, and my feet did not work in tandem there. So we fell back a couple of positions. Nothing to really worry about, though. I'm going to make those up throughout the course of the race here. I still managed to come in 4th place at the end of the race, so I was very happy with that. Almost had a P3 finish, but you'll get to see that a little bit later and how that kind of played out. But coming into the straight here again, making up a lot of time. I'm just pushing as hard as I can through my laps now. I was a little bit upset that that I went off the track so early in the race. I was really hoping for a cleaner one, but managed to make up some time going into turn 1 here. Found out that if you actually go into that turn nice and smooth and go down into 1st gear, it's going to minimize your wheel spin. Gives you a lot more traction coming out of the corner. You can get on the gas a lot easier and a lot faster and earlier than you originally would. Trying to take some of the corners a little bit tighter, trying to make up a little bit more time compared to some of the people that are running really wide through them. Braking a little bit later than most people. Like in this case here, made up a little bit of time, didn't brake as hard or as much, went in a little bit later, tried to carry a lot of the speed through the corner. As I've said in my previous videos, that's what you want to do. You want to try to carry that speed through the corners as much as possible, so you're not on the brake as much. Once again, I get off the track here. I got really locked in on him, trying to go around him, but he ends up actually taking out the person ahead of him, so that gives me an opportunity to move right back up into, I believe I was in 5th place at this point, because I moved down to 7 after the 2 of them, after I went off the track the first time. We're going to transition a little bit later here. just because nothing really happened in a span of time, and for a few laps didn't really have anything exciting happen. Just kind of put my foot to the floor, kept my head down, and just push basically the whole time, trying to make up some lap time, maybe catch some of the race leaders ahead of me, trying to make up as much as I can, because I really wanted to have a good finish. I hadn't had a good race finish above 5th place for a while. I actually had another race that I finished back in P8, so in 8th place. This dude, I'm not sure what he did. He kind of just slowed down right in the middle of the corner. It kind of caught me off guard. I don't know if maybe he had a collision with the car ahead of me now there. Honestly, not sure what happened. I believe he was a bit further back in the grid as well, so he became a back marker. So typically with race etiquette, a back marker is supposed to move out of the way or off the racing line of the faster cars that are ahead of them, to overtake them again, just because you don't want to impede the race leaders, which is actually what the scenario comes up that took me out of 3rd place and back into 4th. Got in a little bit of a battle with a back marker, which kind of frustrated me quite a bit. But yeah, managed to overtake that guy. That guy knew what he was doing. He understood the whole kind of rules and race etiquette, which I was very thankful for, because it's not the first time I got tangled up with a back marker. Really pushing my lap times here. I was down to like I think a 46-second lap here on that one. That was a really good lap for me. Really trying my hardest to get the best lap times. Also, something I thought to put in the out there into the universe for you guys to answer. Do you guys want me to switch out the camera angles as much as I do and as often as I do? Do you want me to keep certain angles on for longer periods of time, or do you want me to go completely from the cockpit like I would be racing it? Feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to start working in what you guys want to see. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to race, but at the same time I'm here to make you guys happy and make content you guys enjoy. So any feedback like that, I'm always appreciative of that, guys. Had a little bit of a wide turn going into the corner just in the entry. Managed to pull it in a little bit, downshifted to 1st gear to minimize some of that wheel spin. But yeah, overall, clean race. I didn't have too much trouble except for with that back marker. I ran myself off the track, so that was no fault of anyone but myself. Really getting used to this track now. I've been racing and practicing as much as I can on it. Sometimes I'll just do time trials and just do like maybe 20 laps of it just to get used to it, get it like a muscle memory kind of reaction, and is really starting to pay off, which I am very happy to see, just because it's actually one of my favorite tracks now to race at. I almost enjoy it more than racing at Oulton Park. It's a very short circuit that it requires a lot of focus. There's not that many straights where you can kind of just take a second and see what's kind of coming up next. You kind of have to know this track by memory, because coming over actually this turn here into this corner, you can't see the apex of the next corner. You can't see the next turns you go up the hill. So you kind of have to rely on muscle memory and just your visual memory to remember where that next turn is, because I've seen, and I've done it myself, come up that little hill and crest the top and absolutely bin it because I completely missed the turn or I go off the track. That was the first couple times I raced at this one, but it has improved greatly. I now know where that turn is and where I should be going. I've done it enough times now to kind of have it as a nice. I almost have little cues set up to know where I should be going as soon as I come up to the top. I try to take a bit of a wide line to the left, and then cut back in, take a bit of the curb, and basically try to cut it straight instead of trying to turn left too soon, because then you might carry the speed too much, you might lose the back end of the car, and you're off the track. So it's all about trying to use little visual cues. This guy had actually spun off. He was in 3rd place, so I managed to move up into 3rd here. I was very excited because I hadn't had a 3rd place finish since the first 2 videos that I made. I know I've only made 3, but it's I've been doing races in between videos as well. I don't record all my races. I think that would be kind of weird if I did, as well as I need a little bit of a gap sometimes, or a buffer between recording and actually just racing for enjoyment and trying to improve my position. But this guy ahead of me is a back marker. Remember what I said earlier about what back marker etiquette is typically supposed to consist of. Them moving out of the way of the racing line, number 1. Number 2, not battling with a race leader to try to hold up their race. And I'm starting to get good time on him. I don't expect him to brake super hard and get out of my way right away, but what he does here frustrated me. He braked hard and then tried to block me to the outside and took me off the track and let the guy that I just overtook for 3rd place back into 3rd place. And then he continues to try to block me and battle me here, which really you shouldn't be doing. And then he finally moves out of the way as you know, I think he kind of realized that he basically screwed my race. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but either way, I can almost guarantee he's a rookie and doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't know a lot of the race etiquette. This was actually the final lap as well. So, like I said, very frustrating. I was a lap or 2 away from a 3rd place finish again, a podium finish, and it was my hopes and dreams were dashed away by this lovely lad. Yeah, at this point, race is over. I'm just content of taking a kind of cool down lap. The guy behind me, I think he's still a lap down from me. So in this case, I wasn't going super fast. He should have overtaken me if he was still a lap down. He could have finished his race, but he kind of decided to stay behind me there. Then at this point, just kind of taking it easy. I think he kind of understands what's happening now too. He's not going to get another place up. I've already finished. So yeah, at this point, I'm just taking a cool down lap. But that's the end of the race, guys. P4 finish. Thank you for tuning in again. I always appreciate it. I get a little excited and go off here. But thank you again for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment sections for some of that feedback on that question. And as always, stay classy, and we'll catch you in a bit. Bye, guys.